Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be a very slow, thought out video on how to duplicate weapons, shields, and bows. First things first, you will need to have Link's house. So if you have not made that yet, I will be making a video on how to get his house going, but you will need that to begin this. First things first, I always kind of go over my inventory, see what I have, see what I want to duplicate, see what I don't need. And anything I don't need, I tend to go over here underneath this staircase and I'll drop a couple items that I know for sure that I am not going to be keeping after I do all this. And then after that, it's pretty much go time. I will go ahead and make copies of the weapons I want and get rid of the weapons I do not want. Alright guys, so it's time to go ahead and get this glitch going. You're going to need about 5 to 7 multi-shot bows. I tend to always go in with at least 6. And you are going to need some shock arrows. Really, you just need one. You're never going to be shooting it, but in case you accidentally shoot it, it wouldn't hurt to go in here with a couple extra. So when you equip the bow and you equip the shock arrow, that is how you're going to start the glitch. But what you're going to have to do is go back to the menu and then drop that bow. But do not leave the menu. Then go ahead and equip another multi-shot bow, like I'm doing here, and then leave the menu. And as you see, he will be still holding that shock arrow out. Then go back to the menu and drop that bow. And then proceed to equip another multi-shot bow, leave the menu, and he will still be sitting there with the shock arrow out. Go back to the menu, drop that one. Then equip another multi-shot bow, like I do there. Go back out of the menu, go back in, and then drop that one. Now you've done 4 so far. This will be the 5th one. You will equip this bow, leave the menu. He will have the shock arrow out. Go back to the menu, drop that bow. And as you can see, nothing has changed in your menu. If you look at Link, he still looks exactly as he did before you started. Now this time on the 6th bow, when you equip this bow and you go and you leave the menu, when you come back, it will be glitched out. You have now overloaded the menu, and this is when the magic starts. So now, the bow that you have currently equipped, the one that's highlighted, the one that's blue, is the one that you are going to be duplicating. So when you equip another bow, you will not hear the sound that it makes when you equip something. You simply go over to the wall, take that one off, put it back down, and if you look, now you have 2 of those Savage Lionel bows in your inventory when you only had 1. And I still have the empty 6 slots. We're going to go ahead and fill most of those up. And if you look, the one that was on the wall is right back on the wall. So when I take it down, now I have 3. So we're going to go ahead and equip that. And to get the glitch, again, all you have to simply do is what I just did there. Just pull the bow out. And it is overloaded again. Put it back on the wall, bring it back, and now you have 4. Simply just equip the bow, pull out the arrow. All you gotta do is hit that little right trigger, and when you do that, it will equip that arrow and overload it again. Now at this point, we have 5 of these bows in our inventory. We had started off with 1 in our inventory and 1 on the wall, so 2 total. So now we're going to make a 6th one. And we did that by equipping the bow with the shock arrow. switch into a bow that is not the same bow. And now if you look, we have 6. So we're simply just going to do it again. Bring out the bow, it's overloaded. Pick a bow that is not the bow that we had. We'll place it on the wall, bring it back, and if you look, now we have 7 of them. We could do it one more time. Pick a bow that is not the one that we have highlighted right here. The one that's in blue is the one that you're going to be duplicating. So we'll go back to the phrenic bow. Now I'm going to show you how to actually copy a single bow, which can be a little bit confusing because you have to have the multi-shot bow equipped in theory in order to duplicate something. So what we're going to do is bring out a multi-shot bow and drop it. And then we're going to do the same thing again. Bring another multi-shot bow out, equip it, and drop it again. Now the menu is overloaded and we've dropped a couple bows on the ground. So that's going to make up for the lack of having this bow right now. So now when I equip the phrenic bow while it's in glitch, this is actually going to be the bow that we're going to be duplicating. And that's how you duplicate a single shot bow. It's a little tricky at the beginning, but the biggest thing is you got to realize you have to drop an extra bow or 2 on the ground to make up for the bow that you would be holding. Now I don't necessarily need that extra bow, so I'm just going to go ahead and drop it over here. And now we're going to go on and duplicate some weapons. Alright, so now time to duplicate some weapons. So I go over to my inventory and I'm thinking, oh, well, I'll duplicate that. But then I looked at my inventory and I didn't have any room to make any more slots. So I went ahead and just went up the stairs. And I just went ahead and dropped the last 3 items in my inventory. Even though I want them, just for video purposes, I went ahead and dropped them over there just to give us some spaces. Now the weapon I am going to duplicate is simply just one off the wall. It's a spring-loaded hammer. It could be any weapon you want, but I went ahead and just grabbed that one because it was right there. And now all you have to do is make sure you have the weapon you want duplicated, equipped, and then we're just going to mix and repeat from what we learned earlier in the video. Just simply equip a multi-shot bow with a lightning arrow, then just bring it out, and then the weapon that you had, which was a spring-loaded hammer that was originally equipped, you switched over to the battle axe, and you did not hear it actually equip, so it didn't actually equip it. So when you went to go put it on the wall, it duplicated that weapon. Now again, we equipped the spring-loaded hammer, it's in blue, and we switched to any other weapon. This one, we did the battle axe again. If you look, the hammer's on my back. It did not switch to the battle axe. And just like that, we've made 2 extra spring-loaded hammers. Obviously, I don't need a bunch of spring-loaded hammers, so I will not keep these hammers. But from there, as you can see, it was not that difficult. Now we'll go ahead and make some shields. Alright, so after looking at my inventory, I was like, you know what? Let's make the fisherman shield. We only have 1 currently in inventory, and it's a pretty cool looking shield. So all you have to do is equip it. And I went ahead and took 1 shield off the wall. Just give me a slot to put it at. And then you bring out your multi-shot bow with the arrow, and that once again overloads the menu. Now we switch over to a different shield, and as you can see, the fisherman shield is still on my back. And when I put it on the wall and bring it back, now I have 2. Okay, so now I'm looking at my inventory and I'm realizing, you know what? I want to duplicate one of my savage shields because it has a durability up. So I'm going to drop the other one. But before I do that, or at least before I do it properly, I'm going to show you a common mistake that a lot of people make. If you already have your bow out, then that means your menu is overloaded. So whenever you do any changing in your inventory, it doesn't pick it up. It does not acknowledge it. So when I switched over to that Lionel shield, it didn't do anything. Once again, I switched over to the Fisherman shield. It did not do anything. If you look, I have no shields equipped. Once again, switched over, no shield is equipped. So what I had to do was put the bow up and then unequip the shield and then re-equip the shield, and it brought it back out. Then I brought the bow back out and it started the glitch over again to where I can make a copy of the shield. Okay, so I'm going to make one last Lionel shield. So I equip it. I go ahead and bring out the bow again to start the glitch over. Then I equip a different shield, and then I go put the Lionel shield on the wall, bring it back. Now my inventory is full. Now I'm going to show you how to add a shield to the wall even though your inventory is full. You simply just do the glitch again. But this time, when you go to put the shield on the wall, you do not bring it back. And what that does is it adds that extra shield to the wall, but you still keep the one that you were duplicating in your inventory. Even though you switched over to that ancient shield, it didn't do anything. It didn't equip that ancient shield. So if you look at it, I have that durability up shield on the wall, and I have 3 in my inventory. Now, that's pretty much it. Those bows on the ground, I'm going to go ahead and pick them up and maybe duplicate one more, put it on the wall just to fill up my slots. But aside from that, that's pretty much the whole video. I hope you enjoyed. Alright guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Even comment if you have any questions. And once again, thanks for viewing.